All right, it's already day three of the AI intensive vibe coding course by Google, and we're showing up, we're learning. Kudos to us. Remember, these skills are very important as we continue to get into our agentic developer mode, as we continue to equip ourselves in the agentic world that we found ourselves in. So continue to show up, continue to do what you can, get the best out of the course as much as you can. uh, Day one was all about introduction to vibe coding, seeing how you can easily spin up a web application without reading a code or writing a line of code. And day two was all about the protocols, like how agents interact with each other, how agents interact with external resources, or the protocols that are involved. We touched on MCP, which is all over the web right now. That's all you hear about these days. So continue to learn those skills, continue to put yourself out there. Let's get into day three. All right, welcome to day three of 5-day AI agent intensive vibe coding course with Google. Let's get into it. So day three looks like it's all about agent skills. I'm definitely looking forward to this one because agent skills is just everything out there right now, right? Agent skills is what gives your agent internal knowledge, the ways that you work, the ways that some of your internal things are executed. Agent skills is what gives your agent that. So it is also what saves you from running out of token because it breaks things down and it makes agents pull specific skills when they need them. You know how we do it. It starts with the summary podcast, and I'm not gonna click that right now to AI agents going into the white paper and discussing what is in there. So I think it's worth a listen if you can, but I'm going to go into the agent skills white paper and the intro. Agent skills are a way to equip your agent with knowledge and company context. An agent skill is a folder containing a skill.md file with scripts, references, and assets and directories. Section 2 covers the anatomy in detail. Yeah, so that's what I was trying to explain earlier. Agent skills just equip your agent with knowledge and company context and personalize it in the way it runs the things that it's supposed to run. Let's get into the meat of the paper. I'm just going to scroll down to the table of contents here and go through some of the topics that I like. This one, what is an agent skill? Why did agent skill become so popular? From prototype to production. Looks like I'm definitely going to sit down and read this one and try to digest it. Agent skills is something I'm very interested in. I'm looking to squeeze out as much as I can squeeze out from every session that I run these days. So agent skills turn any general purpose agent into a specialist on demand. No context bloat, portable and lightweight. Yep. Yep, because this is a text file, .md file that lives within your repository. It is lightweight. Um, anybody can understand it. If you go to github.com and type in skills.md, you see a ton of projects with skills defined, and you can start to understand the scripts, the references, how, the thought process behind it. So let's keep going here. What is an agent skill? Yeah, good one. The anatomy. Yeah, this is a good breakdown of a skill. So looking at the cafe preparation skill, it starts with the skill.md file, which has the required um, data in there, and then you can have optional scripts, references, and assets folder. So, yep, this is a really good breakdown, and this is what you will see now in industry. Everybody defining skills, multiple skills in their repo. So, nice breakdown. I think this is worth reading. This is worth sitting down with and definitely understanding the thought process behind these skills and why they are important, and trying to define your own specific skills for your project. So let's move on to some of the labs. So let's get hands-on on some stuff. So I'm going to go on to the first lab. Let's start with the intro here. Introduction. Antigravity is an agentic development platform that is designed to help you develop in the era of agents. Serves your agent central command center. Okay, let's move on. Why skills? Modern AI agents have evolved. They are now complex reasoners and integrate with local file systems via MCP server. However, loading your agent code, yep, so context saturation and tool bloat is the problem. So every time you type a prompt, it sends both your prompt and some thousands of other words that it picks out from different things that you've defined, your previous prompts and metadata and everything. So with agent skills, you can maybe control the number of things that is being sent per time. So this is a nice diagram here. If you look at the traditional approach, if you're just sending this line, for example, this one line is your prompt, it is loading this entire thing into the AI model. And before you know it, you're out of token, or the model is just confused because the attention is just all over the place. So instead of pushing all of that into the AI model, we can define specific skills for specific tasks. So when your prompt requires a specific task, the AI model can instead pull those skills. So that's a nice breakdown. Agent skills and anti-gravity. So this is focusing on how anti-gravity deals with agent skills. So you remember this is a standard. This is used across different agentic development coding platforms. So in Cloud Code or Cursor or Codex, you can define skills and those agents will read them appropriately. So anti-gravity also has support for it. Creating skills in a directory, you can have them. That's a structure we saw before. And this is showing how you can define what is contained in each of those files that you have defined. So in the skill.md file, it follows the YAML pattern, and you have the name and description at the top. And then you can have instructions, specific instructions for how that skill works. So the agent can read it and understand specifically what is happening. So it's a nice lightweight way to define that. Authoring skills, the goal of the session is to build out skill. It looks like we have a repository here where we can get already defined skills that we can play with. So let's do that. We can use anti-gravity or the CLI. Skills can be defined in two scopes. We have the global scope and the project workspace scope. So if you're defining in the global scope, that's where your skill lives. And once you put a skill in there, any session or any project that you're on in anti-gravity would pull from that skill. And if you put it in the project, only that project would be able to use that skill. So it looks good. It looks like we have some commands to run here, things to play around and start to see how things work. So I'm going to pull my terminal and get started with those. All right. I'm just gonna end it there for now. I don't want the video to get too long, but it was fun going through the materials live and sharing my thought process. Definitely learned a ton with agent skills. Continue to get the skills that you need and give your agent the skills that they need. So if you found it useful, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to do more of these videos, and just in case you're going through this material and you need some extra eyes, you just want to make sure that you're thinking right along the right lines and just want to get some confirmation somewhere, you can watch the videos. Thank you, and I look forward to recording more of this.